Welcome to episode 18 of the Reality Podcast, guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and also ring those bells for all notifications for daily wrestling content. Oh, boy. So I'm on Twitter this morning. And I see this argument on social media talking about all the main roster and NXT and stuff like that. I am sick and tired. This is the one thing that I'm sick and tired of people comparing NXT to the main roster. I'm just tired of it. I'm just really, really tired of it. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to end this discussion before I begin with the podcast here for episode number 18. NXT, I'm going to say this now. NXT is a completely different breed compared to the main roster. NXT, when it comes to storylines, they don't disappoint. When it comes to matches, they don't disappoint. When it comes to building up a superstar, they don't disappoint. You're going to ask me, Chris, what is the difference between NXT and the main roster? NXT tells better storylines. They can tell a better story. They can tell a way better story. The matches are top notch. There is no such thing as a bad match in NXT. It's no such thing. No such thing. Triple H says quantity over quality. Quantity over quality. It's facts. NXT, they never disappoint you. They don't insult your intelligence. Unlike the main roster, unlike Raw and SmackDown, they insult your intelligence. For example, remember at the Monday Night Raw or the SmackDown at the TLC, they said that we was going to get this new era? We're in April. What the fuck is this new era? Oh, the Superstar Shakeup. Monday Night Raw clearly won the Superstar Shakeup. I hope you guys know that. Raw got guys like AJ Styles, the Usos, all this other talent from SmackDown Live and 205 Live, right? SmackDown didn't do too bad in the Superstar Shakeup. They did get fucking Finn Balor. That's it. The only noticeable guy there was fucking Finn Balor. That's it. Roman Reigns, or nobody. Elias, nobody. Lars Sullivan, he comes out the fucking crickets. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Buddy Murphy. No, I think Buddy Murphy's on Raw. No, it's on SmackDown. I'm bugging. He's on SmackDown. Cedric Alexander's on Raw. Buddy Murphy on SmackDown. Got it. Okay. But the main roster, it's all political nowadays. You got the Roman Reigns agenda that was shoved down our throats for the past 5 years. Nobody cared. Now all of a sudden, when it comes to the women now, if you have blonde hair, big tits, and a fat ass, you're bound to get pushed. It's true. You're bound to get pushed. NXT is nothing politically driven. NXT is just straight wrestling. NXT, whether you like it or not, NXT has a way better tag team division than Raw and SmackDown put together. How many times are you going to change the War Raiders' names? How many times? Now they're being called the Viking Warriors with the finishing move called the Viking Experience. I know, right? I know. Moving on. NXT, I'm going to say this now. It is a matter of time before Triple H takes over and Vince is gone. It's like CM Punk said, this company is better off when Vince McMahon is dead. this company's better off. I don't care if you're a corporate shill. I don't care if you're a shill on social media. Are you getting paid to defend WWE on a weekly basis? Are you getting a small commission from them? You're not. You're not. You're not getting paid. You're not getting a fucking commission. And no, you're not getting clout for anything. You have no idea how many corporate shills I deal with on a weekly basis, especially on Monday Night Raw. Oh, if you don't like it, don't watch. So I can't speak my opinion on the Roman Reigns agenda. I can't speak my opinion on the Lacey Evans agenda now. That's all of a sudden brewing up now. I can't speak my opinion on the fucking worthless Iconics being women's tag team champions. Oh, but then again, Chris, the Iconics are heels. They're just doing their job. They haven't won a match since they won the women's tag team championships at WrestleMania. And no, clowns, I'm not counting the matchup that they won on the night after WrestleMania. I'm not counting that. I'm not counting that. No way I'm counting that. No way. I've said this, and I'm going to continue to say this until the Iconics are no longer women's tag team champions. If you are a fan of the Iconics, you have a problem. The Iconics are the most worthless team in WWE history, and the women's tag team championships are the most worthless and irrelevant pieces of gold in wrestling history. To a point of no return. Yeah, you guys wonder why Sasha Banks is still pissed off about what the fuck happened at WrestleMania. Do you blame Sasha? No, I don't. I don't. But like I said, NXT is a way better brand than the main roster. Different breed, better matches, better storylines. The main roster, it's all political driven. It's all politically driven. And that's my opinion on that. So you guys don't know who I am. I am, of course, Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Saturday, April 27, 2019. Welcome, guys, to episode number 18 of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. If you guys are enjoying the content that I've been uploading for you guys, if you guys are enjoying the podcast, if you guys are even enjoying the podcast, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications, guys. Check out Top 10 Fridays that I uploaded yesterday. The top 10 greatest theme songs of all time. Yes, I know. If you guys saw my list, I know. I left out a lot of superstars' names. I know. Kill me. I know. Murder me down in the comment section. But Top 10 Fridays. This video will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out Check out Throwback Thursday. Over the Eggs 1999 review and results video. Shane McMahon screws Stone Cold Steve Austin out of the WWF title. Link to this video will be in the annotation above on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown Live review. SmackDown Live is live on the channel right now. Kevin Owens turned heel and wants the WWE Championship. Link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of the screen. Check out Monday Night Raw review. Yeah, I know, Bray Wyatt. There's news on Bray Wyatt. There's news on Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt welcomes you to the Firefly Funhouse. Link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube, right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are connecting with me on social media. Twitter, your boy Chris183. Instagram, your boy Chris_WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Show your support by hitting that subscribe button and ringing those bells for all notifications for daily wrestling content. Let's get on with the podcast, man. Now, I don't know why I'm even going to start off the podcast with this specific article, but it's in the news. I don't know how you guys feel about Chris Benoit. In my honest opinion, I never liked the Benoit. I never liked him. In my honest opinion. Vicky Guerrero explains why Chris Benoit should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. You heard me right, and I'm going to read this again. Vicky Guerrero explains why Chris Benoit should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. So you want a superstar who killed his wife and his son, and then he killed himself. Yet you want him in the Hall of Fame. There's reasons why people, when it comes to the Royal Rumble, people don't freaking say his name, even though he won the Royal Rumble coming out number 1, I believe number 2. I'm sure number 1, number 2. Why do you think people don't acknowledge his name when it comes to the Royal Rumble? Nobody cares about Chris Benoit. I never liked the Benoit to begin with. I never liked him. But Vicky explains why he should be in the Hall of Fame. Chris Benoit is not in the WWE Hall of Fame due to his accomplishments. Well, he's not in the Hall of Fame due to his accomplishments and ability in the ring. A lot of people think that despite the events around the Benoit's death, he should be immortalized in the Hall of Fame anyway. No, he shouldn't. It's crazy to me. You know what? I'd rather have fucking Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame than Chris Benoit. If I was to pick one more superstar to be in the Hall of Fame, I'd rather pick Owen Hart than Chris Benoit. And it's crazy how fucking Owen Hart is not in the Hall of Fame. It's fucking crazy. You know, you guys realize when May 23rd comes around, it's going to be the 20th year anniversary since his death. 20 years. That's a long time. Man, has fucking times blew by. Owen is about to be on his 20th year being dead. 20th year. May 23rd is about to be the 20-year anniversary of Owen Hart's death. That's crazy. Yet he's not in the Hall of Fame. At this point, I'd rather put Owen in the Hall of Fame than Benoit. My honest opinion there. Vicky Guerrero is one of those people who thinks that Chris Benoit deserves an induction. Why? While speaking of Chris Van Vliet, Vicky admitted how tragic the entire situation was, but she still thinks that Chris Benoit deserves an induction into the Hall of Fame. Now, this is Vicky's opinion here. This is what Vicky said, I quote, "It's a sad situation. I love Chris Benoit. His family was our family. His wife, Nancy, we were close friends, and his son, Daniel, and we were all really close. I wasn't there when it happened, and I don't understand why it happened, but I still love him. Aside from all of that, he loved us and he respected us. He was a talented wrestler, and he had his own legacy, and I think that it shouldn't be ignored, and it's sad how things turned out, but I would like to see him inducted into the Hall of Fame," end quote. This might be a controversial viewpoint, but plenty of people could feel the same way. I don't know if you feel the same way that Vicky does. I don't know what to say to you. I really don't. There is no excuse to Chris Benoit's murdering his wife and shot before taking his own life. However, he was one of the best pro wrestlers on the planet before he did that. It is certainly a tricky situation, but I wouldn't wager much money on the company inducting him anytime soon. So it's probably a moot point to consider. I wouldn't induct Benoit in the Hall of Fame. I just wouldn't. That's just my honest opinion. Yeah, sure. People are going to say, oh, he was a great wrestler. How can you say that, Chris? He murdered his wife and his son before taking his own life. Would you want to be remembered by being a great wrestler, or would you want to be remembered as the person who killed his family before killing himself? I remember exactly where I was at. I was at a Met game that night when I got the news that Benoit passed away. It was 2007, June of 2007. I remember, and I was in a Met game back in the old Shea Stadium before Citi Field. For all you Met fans out there, and I got this call from my best friend Glenn, which I'm still best friends with now to this day. Almost close to 15 years. And he's telling me, yo, Chris, did you hear about the story? What happened? I said, no, I'm at the Met game. What happened? What's up? All that Chris Benoit died. All that he killed his mother, that he killed his wife and his son and then after he killed himself. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy. But Vicky Guerrero explains why Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Listen, if you're not putting Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame, you don't put Benoit in the Hall of Fame. You don't. You don't. I'd rather much have Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame more than Benoit. Despite the fact that I never liked Benoit to begin with. Despite that fact, I never liked Benoit. WWE has released Firefly Funhouse merchandise. This should be interesting. Bray Wyatt's repackaged gimmick debuted on Raw this past Monday, and since the IWC has been anxiously waiting to see what the company has next for the Firefly Funhouse, it looks like the company is cashing in on this buzz early with some merchandise. World Wrestling Entertainment just released Firefly Funhouse t-shirts. They are also a part of the new WWE Custom Tees deal, so you can pick out your favorite color. It is a simple logo design, but that'll do for now. The fact that World Wrestling Entertainment is putting out merch now with a simple Firefly Funhouse logo could be a sign that they are gauging interest for the new gimmick. They at least want to see if people will buy into the idea. Money talks, especially in WWE. So this could be a tester to see if the buzz is able to generate dollars anyway. This is a good start. This is a good start. If people are interested in the Firefly Funhouse gimmick, they will buy the merchandise. And if they see that, that is really increasing, that people are buying the merchandise, they're going to continue on with the gimmick. Now, I said this on Raw Review, that Bray Wyatt was 100% buried. He's done. He's buried. He's buried 100 feet deep. Then watching the gimmick, the promo that he did on Monday Night Raw on SmackDown, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to give this a chance. Now, I know I was being harsh on it back on Monday Night Raw Review, but I told myself, you know what, Chris, I'm going to give this a chance. I'm going to give this a chance. Because the simple fact, Bray Wyatt, he's a really good performer. He's a really great wrestler. He's really good in the ring. He can talk really, really well. Do I trust this company to really push this Firefly Funhouse thing? No, I don't trust it whatsoever. But like I said, I'm going to give this a chance because of the simple fact that it's something new and it's something fresh. And it's something that we need on this current era of professional wrestling. It's true. So I wanted to give this a chance. If you guys wanted to give it a chance, then so be it. What other news do I have here? I have a whole bunch of news here. It's not even funny. Sasha Banks. News on Sasha Banks, people. For the third consecutive week on the podcast, there is news on Sasha Banks. Now, Sasha Banks' in-ring return seemingly, take this with a grain of salt for now, because I don't believe the story at all, but it's in the news. Sasha Banks' in-ring return seemingly confirmed. All of a sudden, this is confirmed. Like I said, guys, if anything, take this with a grain of salt, if anything. Sasha Banks had a little dispute with the company over how the women's tag team title match was going to end at WrestleMania. So she told the company that she wanted to quit. Of course, World Wrestling Entertainment didn't let the boss quit. Instead, they sent her on a vacation. Banks has been enjoying herself on her break from the company and was recently spotted at a comedy festival with Bayley. Now it looks like we could be in for a boss return to the ring because a recently leaked advertisement for Money in the Bank shows Sasha Banks is in the women's ladder match. If you want to know who else is in that match, I'm going to report it for you guys in a couple of minutes. This will bleed into the next report. This seemingly confirms that Banks would be in returning to the ring at least by Money in the Bank. It has been previously reported that the company was hoping to have Sasha Banks back by Money in the Bank. It was also said that the company was discussing giving Banks a big win at Money in the Bank, which I reported last week on the podcast. Well, World Wrestling Entertainment told the writers that they need to make a star out of the men's match, but this could be true for the women's match as well. Only time will tell how Money in the Bank will turn out because that is a very unpredictable match. It really is really unpredictable. Sometimes it was predictable, but the majority of the time was not predictable. But it looks like Sasha Banks will be around for it. She could theoretically be back in World Wrestling Entertainment Television as early as next week to help build towards the pay-per-view because Alexa Bliss is set to announce the Money in the Bank ladder match participants next week on a Moment of Bliss episode of Monday Night Raw. I want to believe this. But there was another article out there that said that Sasha Banks is willing to sit out on the remaining of her contract. Can you blame Sasha? At this point, no. But I'm not going to believe anything that's coming out of this until we get to Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to believe anything. So people can say, oh, Sasha is rumored to be in the match. Oh, Sasha's in the matchup. Wait till Monday Night Raw. Because the reports can say one thing, and then when we get to Raw Monday night, it's a whole different thing. So for now, I'm going to take this story with a little pinch of salt until we get to Raw Monday night. Speaking of the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match participants possibly revealed. Now, the Money in the Bank is coming up on May 19th, and the company has promised that we will know who is in the big Money in the Bank ladder matches next week, or should I say this Monday night on Raw. We already have a very good idea who the company will pick for the men's match because of an advertisement that ran early as well. Now we have another one to possibly spoil the women's match as well. Alexa Bliss is plans on announcing the Money in the Bank ladder match participants during a Moment of Bliss segment on Raw Monday night, but it looks like she won't be announcing her own name for the match. An advertisement has started to run locally promoting 8 women in this year's Money in the Bank match. That is interesting because the men's match only included 7 participants. So according to the spoiler, like I said, if you guys want to take this with a pinch of salt, you guys can. If anything, if I'm you guys, wait till Monday. But I'm going to announce the names right now. If you guys do not want to hear, they said this is spoilers, but if I'm you guys, don't believe it. Wait till Monday night. But it's in the news, so I'm going to spoil it for you guys anyways. According to this advertisement, Naomi, Bayley, Carmella, Amber Moon, Sonya Deville, Tamina Snuka, Natalya, and Sasha Banks are going to be in the big women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This is interesting because Bayley and Sasha will be in the same match. Banks will also be making a return, which she previously reported. Another notable omission is any member of the recent split up, the Riot Squad, as well as Mandy Rose. However, Sonya Deville does appear to be in this match. And like I said, where is the Money in the Bank qualifying matches? Plans can always change, which they always can, and they will. I guarantee you they will. And the company can generate a new graphic in no time because the company is currently being controlled by the old senile fuck known as Vince McMahon. So he could put anything in this match or take them out. It's his company. We will just have to wait and see. But this assortment of women could give us a great show. If I'm you guys right now, I would wait till Raw Monday night. I would wait till Raw Monday night. If anything. Because the simple fact is, the reports can say one thing. Then we get the Raw, it's a whole different thing. So if anything, if I'm you guys, take this with a little grain of salt. Wait till Raw Monday night to see what Alexa Bliss announces. And if I end up right, I end up right. If I end up wrong, I end up wrong. So there you go. This is a scary thing here. Well, before we get to the women, there was a men as well. So I'm going to report the men's participants for the Money in the Bank as well. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match participants have been revealed. Now, as I said this also, take this with a grain of salt for the women's and the men's. As you guys know, Money in the Bank is coming up on May 19th, and Alexa Bliss promised to reveal the participants in the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches during an episode of the Moment of Bliss on Raw this Monday. However, it looks like the company could have already spoiled the big match. World Wrestling Entertainment is currently running an ad featuring 7 men in front of the Money in the Bank logo. It is said that these are the 7 men slated for the ladder match on May 19th. And if this is who they plan on placing in the match, it could be a very action-packed contest. Now, these are the 7 people. Drew McIntyre, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Aleister Black, Andrade, and Lars Sullivan. That's 4 guys from Raw, 3 guys from SmackDown. Are all featured in this ad. It is very interesting that they could go with these guys, but obviously, World Wrestling Entertainment has a plan for at least one of them. This is also interesting because it appears that Andrade versus Finn Balor for the IC title is going to happen eventually as well. So we'll have to wait and see who actually gets put in this match. Because as you know, plans can always change according to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. As we previously reported, World Wrestling Entertainment wants to make a big star out of whoever wins this year's Money in the Bank ladder match on the men's side. This is because the last 2 years' winners were unsuccessful in cashing in. 2 years ago was Baron Corbin, last year being Braun Strowman. It looks like this could be anyone's contest this time around. We'll just have to wait and see who ends up pulling down the briefcase. Now, let's say for example, we get to Raw, and they do announce the 7 men. Drew McIntyre, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Aleister Black, Andrade, and Lars Sullivan. Right? Okay. Out of those 7 men, who do you think, legitimately and logically, can win the Money in the Bank ladder match? I can only think of 2. Out of 7 people in this Money in the Bank ladder match, I can think of 2. Drew McIntyre and Andrade. Now, Charlotte Flair. Remember when Andrade was on Raw? Like 2 weeks ago? He was on Raw 2 weeks ago due to the Superstar shakeup. Or should I say last week? I apologize. Last week. During the Superstar shakeup last week. No, 2 weeks ago. I'm bugging here. 2 weeks ago. I'm bugging. So Andrade was on Raw 2 weeks ago because of the Superstar shakeup. Now the next week, he's on SmackDown. The reason why Andrade was moved from SmackDown originally to Raw, going back to SmackDown, was because of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair wanted Andrade, Zelina Vega, and Aleister Black on SmackDown. If she has that type of pull to make a main roster change, can you imagine Charlotte having the pull to have Andrade win the Money in the Bank ladder match? Now people are going to say, oh, if Andrade wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, it's because of Charlotte. Charlotte has that pull. She's Charlotte Flair. You got to think like that. It's a possibility. Now, Andrade, he's a heel, right? He's a heel. I would have Andrade. If I'm booking this matchup, I'm going 2 ways. Option 1, I will go Andrade winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. He can go after the WWE Championship. Now, there is only one con of this whole entire thing for Andrade. Andrade wins the Money in the Bank contract. He goes and cashes in against whoever the WWE champion is. Let's say, for example, by SummerSlam. I can clearly see 100%. I can clearly see Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Roman wins the title or Daniel wins the title. Andrade can cash in. Andrade is your new WWE champion. Great. But here's the one con about this. Andrade has to be fed to Roman Reigns. I know. I just made you throw up. I know. Or, option 2. Option 2. Drew McIntyre wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. He wins the contract. Right? Okay. SummerSlam, since you already booked AJ versus Rollins for Money in the Bank, reasons why is because they want to compete with Double or Nothing, which is the following week. I would have Rollins, and they can really go about this way. Rollins can lose the Universal Championship to AJ Styles, or Rollins retains the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre wins the Money in the Bank contract. He cashes in on Seth Rollins, which most likely Rollins versus AJ will be the main event of Money in the Bank. If Drew plays his cards right, he can cash in on Seth Rollins, become the new Universal Champion. There you go. There you go. So would you guys go with option A or option B? Option 1 or option 2? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave a poll in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Would you want Drew McIntyre or Andrade to win the Money in the Bank contract? If I had to pick one, I would pick Andrade. Because if they say that they're really going to push the winner of the Money in the Bank contract, the perfect guy to push is Andrade or Drew McIntyre. You cannot go wrong with either one of them. So comment down below and vote on the poll in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Let's see what type of news I have here. Daniel Bryan. I got news on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's status for SmackDown next week. Now, Daniel Bryan, as you guys know, is currently out with an injury, which we don't even know what injury it is. That is quite concerning for some people. He hasn't worked since losing the WWE Championship to Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania, and he was sent home following WrestleMania. The nature of Bryan's injury has not been disclosed, but he is reportedly dealing with an injury. Hopefully, it is not that bad, and he is getting some much-needed vacation time. This might be the case because Bryan is currently scheduled for SmackDown Live next week in Columbus, Ohio. However, PW Insider reports that although Bryan is promoted to be there, that doesn't mean he will actually show up. This is what the promotion said. World Entertainment is advertising Daniel Bryan for this Tuesday SmackDown TV taping in Columbus, Ohio. Bryan was advertised for this past Tuesday locally, but did not appear. End quote. We'll have to wait and see if Daniel Bryan is going to be okay to return. He could theoretically, that word again, that's the word of the day, by the way, theoretically, wait a little bit because Kevin Owens seemingly took the WWE title match spot at Money in the Bank, which was reportedly Daniel Bryan's spot on the Money in the Bank card. So originally, Kofi Kingston's opponent was supposed to be Daniel Bryan, but I forgot about the fact that there's no rematches. Rematches are acquainted now. No such thing as rematches. The former WWE champion is also currently scheduled to take part in the upcoming European tour next month. Depending on the injury for Daniel Bryan, I would just keep him away. The more time Daniel Bryan's off of television, the more people are going to miss him. I miss Daniel Bryan. We haven't seen him in almost 3 weeks. We haven't seen the man in almost 3 weeks. I miss him already. I love Daniel Bryan. I love the new heel work. I love his new gimmick. I love it. Love it. But at the same time, if he's dealing with a nagging injury, keep him away. Keep him away. Daniel Bryan's been through too much over the last couple of years since he was forced to retire. Let him be. Let him work on his injury until he comes back, and then from there, it's only a matter of time before Daniel Bryan regains back the WWE Championship. So there you go on Daniel Bryan's part. Let's see what else I have here. I have a ton of news. I'm just trying to pick an article here for you guys here. I know you guys hate Brock Lesnar, but there's news on Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comments on his WWE contracts. I know. Brock Lesnar's current run with the company might not be over just yet because even after WrestleMania, it is said that he's slated for the next Saudi Arabia event. Now the question is, who would you put to face Brock Lesnar at Saudi Arabia? There is a reason why he likes to keep his contract short as well. During an extremely rare interview with Ron Pedersen, If I said that wrong, I apologize. Lesnar revealed why he keeps his contract short, because he's apparently has intentions of jumping to different leagues. Lesnar said he intentionally keeps his contracts with Vince and Dana White short so that he can jump back and forth between the two leagues, meaning UFC and WWE. We'll have to wait and see if Brock Lesnar will reach out to Dana White. They like to keep things a little elusive until it is time to announce a fight anyway, but Lesnar could have Vince McMahon's blessing once again to compete in the UFC. Brock is a big name. Brock is a big name. If Brock wants to go back to UFC, let him be. Let him be. As long as I don't see him in WWE, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Yeah, Brock Lesnar may be a big mainstream name. Yeah. But Vince has also a woman named Ronda Rousey as well. Oh yeah. WWE Network. I've had the network since the beginning of it. WWE Network set to relaunch this summer. Now, as you guys know, the WWE Network has practically an endless amount of pro wrestling from World Wrestling Entertainment history, and even and every other company that World Wrestling Entertainment was able to buy footage from. In fact, they have plenty of footage that could be coming soon, and some of it might be extremely hardcore. Very interesting. During the first quarter investor call, it was noted that the WWE Network plans to relaunch. This could include a different setup like Netflix, but they are changing providers, and this could include a lot of moving things around. Fightful reported that the company has been testing with research surveys for over a year. They seem to be looking at a Netflix-type app with their own WWE touch. They could also include a social media stream on top or somewhere in the interface to provide something like Instagram stories or close to it for WWE superstars and the company. It is reported that the WWE Network team was clueless on the change as of early this year. The company has been working on the new WWE Network since last summer, and the focus was placed on improving the search function. This is great, but they will probably not let fans visit for Chris Benoit. However, it is said that they do plan on giving fans a lot more options to scour their incredibly extensive archive of footage. It is said that we can expect this relaunch around the end of June. However, it was also reported that late summer was a target date for the new version of the network to hit the market. It is still not confirmed whether this new network will include a tier system, but it wouldn't be a huge surprise. I would keep it the way it is, low key. I'm on the network almost every single day, especially every single Wednesday for NXT and to watch the pay-per-view for Throwback Thursday. As long as they keep the same thing like that, and I love paying $9.99 for it. I don't mind paying $9.99, but I don't want to pay more than that at the same time. So I wouldn't mind them having a tier system. You get more shit. You probably get discounts to fucking tickets for wrestling events, stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. And you probably get discounts on the shop.com. I wouldn't mind it. It's not too bad. What else do I have here on the news here? Listen, there's so much news here. I'm only just picking out what catches my eye here. What can I see here? Okay. Oh, this was a big one also. WWE stock breaks record with biggest drop in history after first quarter financial report. Now, this is fucking huge. This is huge. World Wrestling Entertainment didn't have the best first quarter financial report as they saw a pretty significant loss. It was certainly rough enough to be noticeable for the stockholders because WWE stock was just over $100 yesterday, which was a company record. Things changed a lot when that report dropped because so did World Wrestling Entertainment's value in the stock market. It looks like Vince McMahon's blaming absent superstars, which is a fucking lame excuse, by the way, on WWE's poor earnings didn't help things much for his company. Because as of this writing, Warriors Entertainment stock is around $85 a share, 85.17 to be exact. That's a big drop and could really do a lot of damage for stockholders' faith in the company. That 13.37% drop is quite staggering. You can check out a couple graphics from this morning showing the steep decline take place. Here's an instant update for you. In the course of writing this article and writing that neat graphic together, the stock dropped even more. Now that they are a loss of 14.32, which is very impressive. So we've decided to keep watching this for a bit and see how low it can go. The stock dropped again to 84.17, which is now exactly $1 lower than it was then when we first grabbed the shot of the stock graphic for this article. Now they're looking at a 14.55 drop and another all-time record for the company. The McMahons might be able to spin a lot, but there's no faking those numbers. Yet they faked the fucking WrestleMania attendance from the past 10 years. Just saying. For the record, the company's biggest one-day drop in history was 12.8 October 15th, 2015. So congratulations, WWE, for making history again and again today. As you guys hear, the stock and everything else. You want to know why the stock and everything else is dropping? Fucking rinse and repeat garbage. Peep this. And I read this, I'm going to read it again. For the record, the company's biggest one-day drop in history was 12.8 October 15th, 2015. So congratulations, WWE, for making history again and again today. Creative. You blame creative. You blame the people out there that defend WWE on a weekly basis. You blame the creative. You blame the shows on Raw every single week. This is not a surprise to me. At the end of the day, this is not a fucking surprise to me. Because the simple fact that, yes, we want to see pro wrestling. That's why people want to see AEW succeed. Now I'm getting sick and tired of people saying, oh, AEW is going to be the next WCW. The reason why WCW failed was because they were trying to compete with WWE. Did that work out pretty well for them? Fuck no. Fuck no. AEW is not going to compete with WWE. They're just not. They're just not. They're too smart to compete with the giant company known as WWE. They're too smart. They're too smart for that. Excuse me. Oh my God. Do I have any more news here? That's it, guys, for the news here. Technically, that's it for the news. Oh, okay. I have one. I actually have two more stories. I just found two more articles here. The company's original plan for Kevin Owens and why they turned him heel. I mean, if you're smart, you saw this coming a long way to go. Kevin Owens made his return before WrestleMania and found himself in a very bad spot upon his comeback. He was immediately placed in Kofi Kingston's way, and plenty of fans resent him just because of that. However, he was supposed to be a babyface. Kevin was officially turned heel this week on SmackDown Live after a 1-week run with the New Day as an honorary member replacing Big E. This was not the company's plan for the former Universal Champion at all. Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Wrestling Entertainment's original plan for Kevin Owens was to present him as an everyday man kind of babyface. They wanted to make KO a guy next door babyface who ate junk food, had the same problems everyone else had kids but could kick ass type of guy. The fact that the company gave Kevin Owens the ultimate modern WWE babyface finisher, like the Stunner, was also a big sign of their babyface intentions for Kevin. However, his heel turn happened for a reason as well. Daniel Bryan is currently out of action, so they needed a top heel on the blue brand to face Kofi Kingston. Owens was being positioned as a top babyface behind only Roman Reigns and Kofi Kingston. However, the company made the change to even out the rosters because they didn't want to bring over another heel from Monday Night Raw. We'll have to wait and see what the company's plan for Kevin Owens is as they continue, but it looks like the prize fighter is set to take on Kofi Kingston at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship. This is good. This is good. I love KO as a heel. I love KO as a heel. I really did. Listen, you will not get a bad thing out of me when it comes to Kevin Owens. He's just that good in the ring. He's just that good. He's just that good. I love Kevin, especially him and Sami Zayn. Just love them together. Yes, they will fight forever, but at the same time, they were really a great team together, no matter what. This is good for Kofi Kingston because he gets to meet that one heel. And no other heel you would rather face other than Kevin Owens. This is a good move for the company. This is a really good move. And I expect a great match out of KO and Kofi at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship. Finally, guys, to end the podcast here, episode 18. Why WWE double booked Becky Lynch for Money in the Bank? Now, before I read this article and before I get the fuck out of here and upload the video, how many of you guys, and really think about this, how many of you guys are into Becky Lynch now? I gotta be honest with you, I'm not. They are starting to kill Becky Lynch slowly. They are killing Becky Lynch. Are you that excited now? Now that Becky's a double champion? Or before she was even brought up to the main event? Because the original plan for WrestleMania was supposed to be Ronda versus Charlotte for WrestleMania. The reason why Becky Lynch was added to that matchup was because of us. Was because of the fans. Was because of everybody else who cried Becky Lynch. And this all started at SummerSlam. People thought, oh, that Becky Lynch turned heel because she hit Charlotte Flair, this and that. No, I knew that for a second she didn't turn heel. I knew that for a fact. She did not turn heel. No. She was just that baby face that we all liked. Yeah, sure, it has the fucking heel like tactics and shit here or there. But we all loved it. We all loved it. But now that Becky's double champion, she's on Raw and SmackDown every single week. I'm not into her now. I'm not really into her. I'm just not. I'm just honestly not. And that's sad to say because, now that Becky's 2 belts now that she's Becky 2 belts, she could possibly come out of Money in the Bank with none. Becky Lynch is the double champion. Becky Lynch is the double champion in World Wrestling Entertainment. As Becky's 2 belts carries both titles in the Money in the Bank, it is looking very likely that she'll be dropping at least one of those belts eventually, and it could happen on May 19th. Lynch is slated to defend her Raw Women's title against Lacey Evans, and then she will fight Charlotte Flair once again to defend her SmackDown Women's title. This is by all design. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that the idea behind Becky Lynch defending both titles is for her to drop one of them at the end of the night without looking weak. This is what they reported, and I quote, Lynch worked twice on the show, seemed like a gimmick to feature her, but it allows her to drop a title while having an excuse of being injured in the first of 2 matches. And I quote, end quote. It wouldn't be surprising to all to see Becky Lynch win both of her matches. Then whoever wins the Money in the Bank briefcase in the women's match will come down and cash in to defeat the man and take one of her titles. If Lynch is set to be on the Raw brand, as we previously reported, then it would stand to reason that a SmackDown Live superstar will be winning the Money in the Bank briefcase this year. Of course, we will have to wait and see because World Wrestling Entertainment could always swerve us, which they have lately, and have Becky Lynch lose both titles to make her an ultimate babyface, fighting yet another uphill battle to regain a championship status. I am going to say this right now. I'm not going to lie to you. What are the odds? What are the odds of Becky coming out with both belts? Slim to none, at least. Who would you have? Who would you have to have Becky drop a championship to? Lacey Evans or Charlotte Flair? Now you gotta think about this. There is a slight, and I'm gonna say this now, a slight chance that Becky comes out with both titles. It's a very slight possibility. But at the same time, they're pushing Lacey Evans, and nobody wants to see another Becky Lynch Charlotte Flair match for Money in the Bank. How many times have we seen that matchup? Out of all their matches, what was Becky and Charlotte's best match? Evolution. In that last women's standing match. That was their best match of the whole entire feud. But, and like I said, dating back with Lacey Evans, the reason why she's getting pushed is because she has blonde hair, big tits, and a fat ass. It's true. It is 100% true. Honestly here. Now, nobody knows what's going to happen in Money in the Bank. We don't know who's going to be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Nobody knows yet. We will find out, as a matter of fact, on Raw Monday night on the Moment of Bliss. If anything, I got Moment of Bliss kicking off Monday Night Raw. If anything, I got Alexa Bliss and the Moment of Bliss to start off Monday Night Raw with the announcement of the Money in the Bank participants for both men and women. If I was to have Becky Lynch drop one title, it would be the Raw Women's title. Keep her on SmackDown. Listen, Becky is more valuable on SmackDown than on Raw. But then you ask the question, if Becky is going to drop at least one championship, what was the whole point for the WrestleMania main event? For the winner take all? What was the whole point? And then I asked this other question, why is Charlotte Flair getting another title shot? Is it because her name is Charlotte Flair? The promo that she did on Tuesday night on SmackDown made her look completely fucking stupid. Oh, I didn't understand the winner take all rules. Oh, but Becky beat Ronda. She didn't pin me, so therefore I should get another shot by default. Oh, my name is Charlotte Flair. Do you know who I am? It makes her look completely fucking stupid. It makes her completely fucking stupid at the same time. It makes her look fucking stupid. Oh, Bailey, get in the back of the line. My name is Charlotte Flair. Oh, my dad is a fucking 16-time world champion. Huh? So now Charlotte can make a roster change. I could imagine the pull that she can get to regain back this SmackDown Women's Championship. And I ask, if Becky was to drop one title, what's the whole point of the WrestleMania main event? Wasted. Unless if you unify both championships and you unify the entire women's division, it will be that much pointless. Or should I say, Becky's win at WrestleMania will be just a little bit less useless. A little less useless. If they merge the women's division and you unify both Raw and SmackDown Women's Champions. Now we have one set of world champion. Now we have one set of a world title and one set of women's tag team titles. I'm trying to see if I can have. I'm trying to see if I have any other news out here for you guys that I can report. I'm trying to see if I can report anything. I'm looking down on my phone here. I'm looking down here, and I'm trying to find any news, and I can't find anything. Or I think I'll end with this. I think I'll end with this one. I think I have one more on me. Let me see if I can find anything. Yeah. matter of fact, I'll end with two more stories. I'll end with two more stories. How long is Sasha Banks is under WWE contract? This is a really big story here. Okay. Sasha Banks told the company that she wanted to quit at WrestleMania. She was not happy at all about how they were booking things all around, so she wanted to go. However, it might not be that easy. The boss's relationship with the company has not improved after the weeks that the company gave her to figure things out. Therefore, it is said that the two sides are at a stalemate. This could mean that Banks will be writing out her contract at home since the company won't release her. Then again, Vince McMahon also reportedly doesn't like to give off the public precipitation that his superstars want to leave. Since they are not employees, they are only independent contractors. That is not a good look. John Oliver had a wonderful piece stating that WWE's view of how they treat their superstars as non-employees that you can check out here. It might be very, very relevant in this situation. Excuse me, I'm getting sick here. WrestleVotes reported in May last year that Sasha Banks signed a new deal with the company with a promise to become a focal point. It was later clarified to be a multi-year deal. Therefore, the company has her around for a while. WWE could also have an option of extending her contract even more for time missed, as they did with Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan in the past. Of course, they extended those contracts because superstars were injured, but they could do the same if someone walks out, as they did with Neville. We'll have to wait and see. We would have to wait and see what happens next. But if Sasha Banks decides to wait out the end of her WWE contract, then she could be waiting a very long time at home. If anything, I'm stopping this bullshit. I'm letting her go. I'm letting her go. I really am letting her go. Because the simple fact, Sasha wants to be treated better. Have her be a focal point. But then again, you book her to lose the women's tag team titles to the worthless Conics at WrestleMania. I don't get it. I don't get it. They should have never taken the titles off of Sasha and Bayley to begin with. They should have never taken the titles away from them. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know. Listen, I feel bad for her. As a matter of fact, I don't feel bad for whoever works for creative. I don't. At the end of the day, they are getting shitted on. At the end of the day, they are getting shitted on. Not us. They are. I mean, even though we are getting shitted on from time to time, but still. At the end of the day, creators are getting shitted on a weekly basis, on a daily basis on social media. I think I'll end with this one here. WWE reportedly enlisted the Hollywood. WWE is reportedly enlisted in Hollywood and The Undertaker to assist in Firefly Funhouse segments. This is huge. We'll look onto it. World Wrestling Entertainment reintroduced fans to Bray Wyatt this week, and the Firefly Funhouse has been a big hit online. The company has some incredibly creepy plans in store for fans, as well as a big push for Wyatt, which is very much deserved. Get a golf clap. Brad Shepard noted on the All You Didn't Know podcast that World Wrestling Entertainment brought in some heavy hitters to assist in the Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse vignettes. There is more on the way as well, so we could be in for a very wild ride. This is what Brad Shepard said, and I quote, "I'm actually told they already created some crazy segments with input from Jason Jordan, Triple H, and even The Undertaker." And I'll get to The Undertaker in this in just a second. And Brad Shepard continues, "So Jason Baker, who does special effects, has worked on Jack Reacher and some other things. He helped direct the vignettes with Bray, and he built the puppets." End quote. Not only The Undertaker reportedly involved in Bray Wyatt's new gimmick, but Jason Baker is an incredibly good choice as well. You can see his influence as the Firefly Funhouse looked totally different from anything else in WWE television. Only time will tell what is next for Bray Wyatt and his puppet friends, but we are 100% here for anything that they want to do with this new gimmick. If you got somebody like The Undertaker, who's been in the company since 1990, by the way, The Undertaker's character is, my opinion, the greatest creation outside of WrestleMania. That Undertaker character is the greatest creation that Vince has ever created outside of WrestleMania. 100% factual. If you got somebody like The Undertaker and Triple H, two of the all-time greats in WWE, participating in this Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse thing, that's a lot of fucking praise there. It's a lot of praise. At the same time, if I'm somebody like Bray Wyatt, I'm learning from the guys like Triple H and The Undertaker. Not only two of the all-time greats, you got two guys that has great wrestling knowledge. And they, both of them, both Taker and Triple H, have great, incredible minds for the business. This is a great thing for Bray Wyatt. This is a great thing for the new gimmick. And like I said, I'm willing to give this gimmick a chance. Now that I just reported that Triple H and Taker are involved in this gimmick, I'm 100% all in on this. Can you imagine the types of work that Bray Wyatt can do with the likes of Triple H and The Undertaker? That's really high praise. That's a lot of praise there. So if I'm Bray Wyatt, I'm soaking in as much knowledge, as much ideas as possible. And this can click. I got a feeling this gimmick can work. I got a feeling this can work. And I said this earlier. Bray Wyatt's gimmick is something that we need in current pro wrestling. This is something that we need. This is something that we need. This is really something that we need. But I'm all in for this now. Now that I found out that Taker and Triple H are a part of this Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse gimmick, I'm all in, brother. I am all fucking in on this. I am all in. And that is going to be it, guys, for the podcast, man, for episode 18. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 18 of the podcast. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys. For all notifications, man, check out Top 10 Fridays. Video is up on the channel right now. Link to this video will be in the annotation. Check out Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review. Link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown Live review. Video is live on the channel right now. Link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper hand corner of your screen. Check out Monday Night Raw review as well. Link to this video will be in the annotation above on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so connect with me on social media. Twitter, your boy Chris183. Instagram, your boy Chris_WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. If there is enough news for the podcast tomorrow, I will give you guys episode 19 tomorrow here on the podcast. And on top of that, I am off until Friday, May 3rd, so expect a ton of content this week right here on the channel. Till then, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow if there is enough news for episode 19. If there is not enough news, I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday for another, oh my God, do I even have to say it? Another fucking stupid edition of Monday Night Raw. Till then, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow or Monday. Till then, talk to you guys later.